This conference will now be recorded.
All right. So, Alexa, I saw you started the room for us. Thank you. I was a little later than I normally am. I was actually on my way to dinner. I'm like, oh, I got to call her in 10 minutes. I got to go. Met my girlfriend in the parking lot. I'm like, let's go. I got to run. Do you have any service announcements for us?
I think the most important one, which I have to hand off, is as I put on the website today, our founder of the creative writing group. Um, yes, I added that to her title today on the website. We are having the creative writing group tomorrow. Regina will talk about it a little bit, and it's great if you never come, you got to come.
Oh, thank you.
Would you like
Well,
to add anything, Regina?
it's going to happen tomorrow. We start at 6 o'clock p.m. And tomorrow's subject is write 5 sentences for regarding your favorite pet if you would like to attend. And also, the one pager is in reference to writing about a secret that you had to divulge at a secret you kept, but you had to divulge sooner or later.
Oh,
But
damn. I'm not sure you're all ready for that one.
but but because I had a conversation with someone a while back, you can either do that or you could just write about anything you want, but it had to be a one pager because someone felt like that all they thought about was like things that was not so good and it was all negative and things like that. So it's either or.
Are these assignments due before the 6 p.m. starts?
Yes.
Okay.
And
So,
So you,
so
you like workshop people stuff
and
like
the one
this?
about the favorite pet is you have to send that to my email and also send a picture of your favorite pet along with that because
oh, I don't
we're
have a
supposed to
picture.
be playing a game with that one. However, I only received 2 assignments. So playing a game is going to be really hard.
Well, people usually like to get their stuff in late. So
Last minute. Well,
that's
I haven't been to one of these yet, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, you were supposed to have been there last month.
Yeah, things happen. Life happens, you know.
And just call them right on out. Ooh.
Woo! So, favorite pet, 6 lines,
5
5 sentences.
sentences.
5 sentences. Okay.
Hmm. And then send a picture of your pet.
Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. I might have one. I have to look through the
Except
archive.
for I'm really bad because I didn't even do that one yet. I've been
And then
busy.
the other one is a one pager
Hmm.
on a secret you had to divulge.
Yes.
Oh boy, I have to think about that one. I don't know if y'all
Or
are ready.
anything,
Or
or
anything
anything
else,
that you needed to write about.
he said. I think.
No, I'm gonna write about a secret. I had plenty of secrets. I don't have any
anything
more
you need
now.
to get set free from secret. Otherwise, tomorrow's the day to do it.
It was the most freeing thing to divulge all my secrets to my girlfriend.
Oh,
So she's gifted, Kim. And everyone else knows this. So
okay.
very spiritual, very religious, very amazing. And like since the time I've known her, I just knew I could never lie to her.
Ooh.
And in my world, a withhold, like keeping a secret, is a lie.
Ah,
And I just sat her down one day. I said, "Listen, I'm just going to tell you all of this. And if you have any questions, if you want to run, that's okay. Here it is, the whole thing." And she's like, "That's it? Okay." And now I'm free.
okay.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I
So
can't wait. I'm gonna have to pick one. I'm gonna pick a good one that's not too good.
Wait till if you show up, wait till you hear my story because it's kind of
If I show up, what are you talking? Are you throwing that down now? You throwing that down now?
This whole page,
I'm just
I show up now.
Kevin and I are good friends.
Who would have thought?
Anyway, the writing group meets every second Thursday of each month at 6 o'clock. And that's my announcement for
Is
today.
it the same room? Can I log into AnCan Schmear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
because I don't have a link because I haven't signed up for it yet.
Kevin, I can add you to our list, but yes, it's Schmear Room.
No, I'm good. I have it in my calendar now. So, but when I'm there, I will make sure that happens. Or if you want to add it, go ahead. Give me a reminder tomorrow. So have y'all ever seen these? These are little crosses.
I
They're
say,
carved
I've seen a cross.
olive. It's from an olive tree
Oh,
from the Mount Olive in Israel, where the Sermon on the Mount was given.
okay.
Apparently, it's a thing. And I order these online, and I give them out to people that need them.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if someone's struggling, this and that, I'm like, hey, here's my cross, and, pay it forward and whatever, and just send them on their way. And I've given out about a half a dozen so far.
Cool.
But I don't know why that was there. It was just in my pocket. I'm like, oh, there we go.
Sharing a secret.
Yeah.
No, it's not a secret.
It was a secret to us. We didn't know.
I'm like an evangelist. Like I like weave this into conversations, and it just goes in wild places from time to time. I need to tone it down a bit because I get a little off track sometimes, but it's all good.
So I guess Kim is like queen of the day, like the most important person in this room.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. With a great quilt.
Oh.
So basically, Kim, you got time to tell us anything. All your secrets.
We want to hear that.
List, so
how raggedy I am because I was coming home and it's like, oh wait, it's getting on 7, so I'm rushing down the street. What's going on? Oh, so my book, I've been recovering because the semester ended, but my book will be out in August. So and I've been working on this book off and on for about 20 years. So I'm like real. I'm excited. It's out, and now I'm realizing, oh wait, now I have to talk about it, and I'm kind of tired.
What's the title of your book?
Sweet Taste of Empire: Sugar, Mastery, and Pleasure in the Anglo-Caribbean. And it's about how sugar shaped English culture and then its relationship to the Caribbean colonies that and the kind of enslavement. So
wow.
So I'm excited. I took a free online, so somebody does their research. I got this email saying, hey, we have a seminar on how to do publicity for your book. I'm like, oh, I might need, so they offer a free one. And I actually, sometimes you don't learn anything, these free ones, they're just hyping themselves, but I did learn some things. And one thing they suggested is when you do your when you write your publicity pitch, you do it in a different space than where you wrote the book. So if you wrote your book using Microsoft Word, use a Google Doc and vice versa, because she says you just get into like habits that you accumulated in writing a book that may not necessarily be good for, like, writing a pitch for like a general audience and whatnot.
Writing the pitch is different than writing the book. So
yeah. So that was, it made perfect sense, but I'm like, why didn't I think about that? As a teacher who often teaches writing, I did not think about that. And I also need a personal website, which
I have a question.
Sure.
How stressful was writing that book on your sarcoid? Did it affect your sarcoid any? Did it make you stressful or anything like that? Or I'm just curious.
Um, it's hard to disaggregate the stress of writing a book from everything else that's stressful about life. And every time, like, I figured out what the book should be when I took this new job at Barnard and I became a department chair. So and then I took students on trips to Ghana, and I so I did all this stuff, and so I was over functioning. But I will say the book begins with me talking about having being tired, being constantly tired and not knowing why. And I
Okay.
left it so like when I got to the and that was the final version of it. But then you have copy editing, proofing, that kind of thing, and I just left it in there because I'm like, this will kind of mark like where that there was a journey that coincided.
So, what do you think your fatigue or tiredness was from your sarcoidosis?
Oh, absolutely.
And did you weave that into your book at all?
I did not, because there were things like I finished the most bulk of it right before the pandemic, which was right as I got diagnosed. So then I
Jeez.
just could not go back to it, and I was like, if I open that can of worms,
Mm-hmm.
I'll never get it off again. And like I get to a stage and then someone would die. So it was like so like I just need to. And then my dad died right as I submitted it and got readers reports and that kind of thing. So I couldn't psychologically
Hmm.
like go back
That
and
makes sense.
put that in there.
Yeah.
But the sugar was because the topic is sugar, and one of the things that doctors is telling me is you have to change your diet. You have to,
Right.
which I did
Sugar's
all of
inflammatory.
these things, right? But they didn't get rid of or reveal the sarcoidosis. So
Right.
um, yeah, so yeah, that's a great question, Regina, and I just don't. Like I said, there were so many things that could have triggered it. Um, that I don't know if I lay it on the feet of that, although I do find writing very stressful.
Well, the reason why I asked is because I kind of wrote like a journal book myself.
Yes.
And my sarcoid was the reason why I kind of wrote the book, you know, but it was in poetry form. I don't have an ISBN to it because I had
Mhm.
too many writing pages in it.
Yeah.
But it was a form of release for me. It was a form of release when I wrote my book.
Right.
Um, and it actually helped me quite a bit because I never went to counseling. Well, I did go to counseling. Counseling wasn't for me,
Hmm.
but writing that book was a sigh of relief. Putting things down in words, and as I was writing it, it helped me to understand and to say things that everybody else would say or didn't want to say. Excuse me, that would not say.
Other people wouldn't say, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and it's what they're thinking. You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh, I do
You should go
have
for
that
a
book.
run.
I
You
just
feel
have
better.
not had a chance to sit with it. So I'm.
Huh? I mean, it literally is. And I'm thinking about writing another book,
Good
just
for
another book of poetry. It's going to be strictly poetry,
you.
still around the illness. And I have much more that I have written, and I even have a lot of journaling that I've done, or little short vignette stories, or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
I have a lot of that already broken down into little stories about me and my sarcoid, and then little stories about my family and my sarcoid.
Mm.
I took it and split it up. I almost have like 3 books already.
See, I think that would be so helpful. Um, like when I first heard, well, I didn't first hear sarcoidosis myself because my aunt had it, but when they first said I had neurosarcoidosis, I got this book called A Patient's Guide to Neurosarcoidosis, and
Mm-hmm.
it's actually really, it was really helpful because it had these different sections. One was like a list of all the tests that they make you take and what they mean, so I didn't have to constantly Google that kind of thing. And then at the end, it had patient narratives and like little, short vignettes and whatnot. And I have to say, I had to stop reading it because it felt like it was taking me to a space I didn't go. But I
Mhm.
feel like you, Regina, from what I've experienced of you and from the opening of your book, that there is a different energy that you have that I think could be really powerful for people, both people who have sarcoidosis and people trying to support, friends with sarcoidosis.
Mhm.
Whatnot.
Thank you.
So I hope you do publish it. I'm also trying to work on a friend of mine who passed away, trying to get her book of poetry published, and we have waiting to hear from somebody, but I think we're going to end up going the self-publishing route for her as well.
Yeah, I'm seriously thinking about doing another self-publishing because I think it's important, and I'm not out here to like make money. I just want people to just find the work
Mhm.
and read it, and hopefully it will help them in the long run. And you know, it is what it is, and for me it's just another thing off of my bucket list.
Mhm.
I have things on my bucket list that I want to do,
So
and I'm marking them off.
have you done like a virtual poetry reading or something?
No.
I'm throwing it out there. We could, so,
Well, I think I see a theme support group call coming up. Not to put you on the spot at all.
oh,
That'd be a good idea, I think.
Well, actually, the writing group has helped me to grow quite a bit. Being the facilitator for the writing group. Oh my gosh, I have learned to come up with some really cool ideas. Just thinking through even some of the things that I'm doing
yeah.
in my own life, because I already know that it's some of the same things that other people are doing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Or
Yeah.
wanted. And even in the writing group, one of the things that I tell the individuals in the writing group is to make sure they have a folder on their computer, and everything that they're writing, put it in that folder. Anything that we're doing in the writing group, put it
Hmm.
in that folder, because one day you may decide you want to write a book, just a personal book, have that book put into a form, and you may just want to give it out to your family members as a something that they can remember you by, just in case something may happen to you or whatever. And then it will be also good for your genealogy,
Yes. True.
Yeah.
so that they'll know, oh wow, he or she did this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, they had this pet's name. It's just something.
Yeah.
So I keep a lot of stuff that I wrote, so my kids can know. You know, it's
So,
those things are important.
yeah, and they don't always come up in conversation, and they may never know it until they read it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's beautiful.
That's
Yep.
great. See, you're inspiring.
Thank you.
Yes, she is.
Um,
Yeah.
so, and so my doctor, my neurologist, has insisted that I take a vacation. So I'm talking with a friend. I was never good at planning vacations to begin with, and now that I have mobility impairment, it's even more difficult. But I do have a friend who I travel well with, and she's like, I'll drive 4 hours anywhere from the city. So we just have to find the right place. I told her I have to be able to put my feet in water. So if that's in the near the hotel pool or lake, or did I
So
I'm,
trick?
I'm,
trick?
I'm
question.
I'm shocked because my girlfriend, Abigail, she's all about like energy and whatnot, and water is like so healing and discharging and like cleansing and whatever. Like we've got a little mission we're going on, and she's like, I just need a place by water for like 3 days.
Yes, that's what we're
I need
looking
to be able to walk out the front door and get my feet in the ocean or in the river or in the Gulf or in the lake.
for.
That's her request.
So, yes, I'm really frustrated. So, right the summer before the pandemic, I live 3 blocks away, although it's like a weird hilly kind of walk from a public pool that opens in the summer, and they shut it down to renovate it, and it's just reopening now. And now it is hard for me to get to because of the hilliness. I'm like, I can't believe this. I'm like, I need reparations. I need somehow to get here, get to your pool, get to it.
I think mine is not water. Mine is I need to be where I can go get a massage.
Oh
Mm.
yeah,
So I'm going to be honest. I have a personal masseuse.
good for you.
Hmm I've been following her
Me too.
since she started her training at a local college, and now she works at like Massage Envy, and now
Oh,
she also has her own table, and she comes straight to my house when I call
There
her.
you go.
that's
Yep.
great.
Yep.
I found a masseuse down here. So after my accident, so I was all jacked up with a lot of soft tissue damage, and went through the chiropractor thing. Things started getting better. He had a masseuse that worked with him, and I was going every week, and it was like making a difference and keeping me mobile and getting me my range of motion back. And she was also a fellow rare disease inflammatory thing. She had rheumatoid arthritis,
Oh yeah.
so she was like a library of knowledge
Mhm.
on inflammation and like thoughts can be toxic, toxins can be toxic, people can be toxic. Like all of these things are inputs to your being, and like be careful about your thoughts and things like that. And then when I moved down to Florida, that was like a big missing for me because like even after the motor vehicle accident insurance like ran out, I just kept going to see her and you know all the time. And I finally found someone down here who can read the body and find the stress and get rid of it. And I walk away feeling much better than when I went there. And it's the same spots all the
Yeah.
time,
Hmm
but she works it. She's strong, and you know it's a beautiful thing to for self care.
Yeah.
hmm
So I'm glad you have someone that comes to your house, Regina. That's awesome.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
She will say, "Oh my gosh, she can feel every knot in my." she,
Oh yeah,
she she's like, "Oh, you got so many I can't get them as often as I like to, because I'm on a limited income, but I try my best to get them." And she will tell me, she said, "Miss Gordon, you have way too many knots in your shoulders. I have a lot of them. I see. I also have fibromyalgia as well too."
Okay, so yeah.
And when she's done, I can tell a difference, even though I still have some of those, up in there. And I'm tell you what, I feel good for a couple of weeks. I mean, she's amazing, and she's learned how to get deeper and deeper into
yep.
where she needs to go. And I used to be her guinea pig, so
Yeah,
but
it's
she,
a process. Like I have a spot in my lower back that has been jacked for like 6 weeks now,
Yeah.
and it's almost done. Like I'm starting a kitchen project next week,
Okay.
and I can feel the difference. It gets better each time she does it, and now
Mhm.
I'm almost back. I was able to roll today, and it feels better, and so I gave the green light on the kitchen project next week, and yeah, it's a wonderful modality.
So,
Yeah, I love her. She's great, and I wouldn't trade her for anything.
oh, That's so
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
My favorite is when they find tension that you didn't know you had.
Yes.
Like, oh, what the hell is that? I didn't even know it was there.
Exactly. And that is so true. I'm like,
Yeah.
where'd that come from?
Oh God. My acupuncturist is like that. A couple weeks ago, and I was like, I don't think there's anything particular. I'm not any more inflamed than usual. She's like, oh, good, because I have some stuff I've been wanting to work on with you. And I was like, oh,
Oh, there you go.
here comes the
Yeah,
pain.
you go in with it. "Oh, I feel good, and you walk out going, I didn't realize how bad I felt. The first person that did that to me was actually a chiropractor. So it was 1998. I was living in Singapore, and we were coming home for our first home leave. It was when the whole family gets to come home to Philadelphia, and you're spending like 6 weeks, and they're getting reacquainted with family, and I'm spending time in the office. So we got a lot of stuff packed, and this taxi cab driver was late. So when he finally arrived, I'm like, let's go. And I grabbed two big, heavy suitcases. And I ran down the stairs, put them in the cab, went back, grabbed two more, ran down the stairs. Everybody's in the cab. We go up. We land in Las Vegas, and I couldn't walk. I
Oh,
couldn't get out. Oh, my God. It was so bad. And it was all on my back. And so I'm like, I got to see a chiropractor. I'm going to chiropractor all summer long for the 6 weeks. And I'm like, I got to go back. He's like, oh, you're in Singapore. I had a fellow classmate that graduated that set up a practice in Singapore. I'm like, shut the front door. Like that's halfway around the world, right? And she was a big woman, and she was funny. I never laughed so much. And she's just doing this. You know, I'm telling her what's going on, and she's just feeling the stress and the strain. She's like, the problem's not with your back. The problem's in your hip.
mhm.
She could trace it out. I'm like, she taught me a lot about like
Yeah.
where stress comes from, referred pain, and things like that. So it was in my lower back where the pain was, but the problem was the hip was jacked up. And she got her elbow in there, and it was like, I was like, it was like a cat on the ceiling, like, it hurt so bad. It was
Mhm.
cathartic, though. And
Yeah.
then it was like 6 weeks of that. And then I could like walk, and everything started to relax. And she's like, "You got to get your glutes as tight, as strong as you can." And I just started working out every day and getting that whole hip cage and everything strong, and you know, and it saved my life because it was awful.
Yep.
I love my good masseuse.
Yep.
What else do you do for self care, Kim?
Uh, I did do massage before all this started happening, and one masseuse left the business. You know, they won't tell you where they went, and
Right.
every so often I will Google her because she's had an unusual name. But and a friend just bought me a couple of stretch sessions. So there's a place in this part of the city that all they do is stretch you,
So it's the assisted stretching. So
assisted stretch.
they're grabbing your leg and stretching you.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
me a couple of sessions, and I had it. My acupuncture used to work with a guy who did, he would apply heat and stretch you, and it was kind of great. So I'm excited to try to do that. And I quilt, listen to music, that kind of thing. I don't do enough. I mean, I probably have complained about this before, but I was talking to my therapist about like the things you do to kind of recover from stress. And I was like, look, the things I used to do, I can't do anymore. Or like I used to ride a bike, and I can't really do that. And especially in the
Tell me
city.
about it.
Yeah.
Right. And even walking, and I live near two parks. I'm like a block away from Central Park, and it's not it doesn't take away the pain in my so I mean I do it because I need to move.
Yeah.
But it's not the pleasure that it used to be. So I'm still trying to find replacements for um for those kinds of things. So yeah. Listen to a lot of podcasts.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Do you do any meditation?
Oh, I do Tai Chi. What am I talking about? Yes.
Oh, damn. Yeah, there you go. That's
So
good energy work.
I've been bad because I haven't done it in a couple of weeks, but I did at the same time as I was as we were the same time people started taking me serious. I had a giant flare up of the neurosarcoidosis, and doctors started taking me seriously, and they were trying to decide whether I had MS or sarcoidosis, something like that. A friend of mine was learning to be a Tai Chi instructor, and so she worked with me every week, and then her instructor also, because I actually I I I guess I fainted or I passed out for like a quick like few seconds in one
Yeah.
of our online sessions, and she got freaked out, and so she got her instructor who was trained in China and has been doing it for years to come in and watch. And actually they caught it on video because we were doing it on Zoom, so I could show it to the cardiologist, because I'm like, I don't know, I thought um so yeah, so I
Tai Chi is not physically
no, it's not. And
strenuous.
he
That's wild.
he kind of made it, and one of his frustrations is they can't physically adjust me because adjusting is such a big part of the Tai Chi practice. On my bucket list is to go to California and spend a week working with him and getting adjusted and that kind of thing.
When you
But
say adjusted, I'm not that familiar with Tai Chi.
so
I've done it
there's
online.
the Tai Chi stance, and when you do certain movements, you're supposed to your body is to be in a certain kind of alignment. And he's been really interesting in how he's shown me, like, one of my legs was longer than the other, and so slightly longer than how I needed to adjust my stance. And I do a combination of seated and standing, because I can't
Okay.
stand but for so long. But if you are in the right position, you activate dantian, which is that center of energy, and you can
Yep.
feel the heat,
Isn't it amazing?
like
Yeah.
really incredible. So but he does, a good Tai Chi instructor won't just rely on you doing it. They'll go and adjust you and make sure you have.
So you're making sure everything's in alignment to get the energy flow, and then all the magic happens.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
All
So
right. Have you ever done Tai Chi, Regina?
Nope.
No. It's
Mm-mm.
it's kind of like a bunch of simple movements,
yeah,
but they're all intentional. And when you do those movements, you're activating.
the
It's like
the,
from your spinal cord out, you've got
yeah.
all these energy centers and flow of energy, and it's amazing stuff. I mean, Eastern medicine is
And he is
very different.
my friend is incredible, but he is also incredible. Like, when I explained my condition, he's like, "Do you have?" He goes, "I went and looked it up," and he read some articles, and I said, "Well, here's one that specifically that diagnoses this, that lists the diagnostic criteria." And he read it, and he came up with a program
Wow.
that specifically targets that central nervous system. And
Hmm.
So where in your nervous system is your inflammation?
so
Is
I
it the
have
spinal cord?
the spinal cord, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's so funny because I did it for a year before. So if you live in the city, or here in New York, like, you see all of these older people doing Tai Chi and whatnot.
In the
And I
park and
like
whatnot.
I was like a year in before we did anything that looked like what they were doing, because he's like, no, we're doing this specifically for the things you need. And then that's another step. But it's a way of both conserving energy,
Mm-hmm.
and then so one part is conserving energy, and the other part is expelling the energy and kind of activating all those meridians and whatnot. So
Meridians. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah.
um,
Um, the other
I
something
can't
to
meditate.
consider.
My mind is too, but I can concentrate. It's like meditation, because I can really concentrate on the very slow, deliberate movements.
Right. Right. But in terms of concentrating, have you ever heard of yoga nidra?
No.
Okay, so it's a yoga practice, and they call it non-sleep deep rest. So you're laying down,
Yeah.
and you got your, they call it yoga nidra nest. You got your blanket on. You got your yeah. Alexa just posted that you can find it on YouTube. I
Oh,
follow Allie Boothroyd. I'll put
okay.
it in the text. I just love her voice. It's so calming, and I like the way she does the movement of consciousness.
Hmm.
So the theory is, like, when you think about your shoulders, your brain is sending energy to your shoulders, and then you go down your arm, your upper arm, your lower arm, your wrist, your thumb, and call out all the fingers, and you just think about it, and you're actually sending energy. It's like a massage for your nervous system. And so if you have a particular area that is troublesome, like if you know where down your spinal cord it is, if you think about that, you will send energy to it, and it will cause healing.
Hmm.
Like I when I do this for my back pain, my back feels better when I'm done.
Okay.
I'm an engineer. Like, this shit is voodoo magic to me, but it works. I'm like, okay. And the other thing is, for me, when I had my flare up, the fatigue was off the charts.
Yeah.
It was awful. I've known I've had sarcoidosis for like 15 years now. I probably, in reality, have had it for 50 years.
Hmm.
I go back to my childhood. I had ear, nose, throat issues. I had lung issues. I had all this shit going on. And so that, for me, was like the genesis of sarcoidosis, because they never know where it came from. They found it in my finger, and it was in my lungs and
Wow.
interstitial tissue. And it wasn't until I had an accident and got my heart that they're like, oh, here's my friend prednisone. And then we were off to the races.
Yeah.
That stuff was brutal. So when I was fatigued, I would do yoga nidra. So I'd get up, I have a couple of hours in the morning, and because when you're on prednisone, you're not really sleeping.
Right.
So I'm trying to hack my sleep while I'm trying to survive and deal with my dad and this and that, and it was just like, it was hell on wheels. So I would get fatigued really easily. I was a spooner. I have 3 spoons of energy today, and if I use 4, it's going to be really bad tomorrow, right? But like, I could do the laundry, I could do the shopping, and I could do the cooking, but I can't clean my car out or deal with this or that. I just don't have the energy for it.
Yeah.
So yoga nidra, they say like 30 minutes of yoga nidra is like 2 hours of deep sleep
Okay.
in terms of refreshing your body. And I was doing it every day for months to try and get through it. But just that the healing, your body knows how to heal itself, and we get in the way sometimes by what we put in our mouths, by what's in our environment. So I don't know, just something to think about. Like, get a good yoga nidra video, listen to it, get headphones, just sit there, and they'll go through they call it rotation of consciousness. So you go down each extremity, down your core, and they've got different variations, like your whole left side of the body, your whole right side of the body, left side of the body, right side of the brain. And they're all different variations, whatever works for you. But when you're in that state, in that calm, think about those areas that are bothering you, whether it's inflammatory pain in your shoulders but especially if they know it's in your spinal cord, just walk down your spinal cord, send that energy out your feet, and see what happens. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, and it's actually not dissimilar to so there's a practice called fan song, and before you get into your stance, you do kind of mentally work your way down your body, but it sounds like
Huh.
you got at the pace that at a faster pace than what maybe.
So
So
yoga nidra is probably
yeah,
anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes is
yeah,
typical.
okay,
So yeah, it's not a long thing. They're all various lengths.
it's not going to hurt. So
No, it's not going to hurt you. And hey, it's just like a nap.
yeah,
I love naps.
I do. I'm not good at napping, but I do love it when I can have one. So
If you can have one, my experience from research is 90 minutes is the perfect length.
Okay.
It's a full sleep cycle.
Okay.
More than that, like you go for 2 hours, you wake up in the middle of a sleep cycle and you're like
Yes. No.
brain fog and you're not rested. So 90 minutes is like a maximum amount for a nap in my world.
Yeah, I love a nap.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's about how long I take a nap too.
And that's when you sleep at night, you go through these 90-minute cycles.
Yeah.
And so like waking up in 6 hours is better than waking up in 7 because you're on a whole.
Okay.
Assuming everything's.
That's some things are falling into place.
Yeah. And sometimes going back and getting an extra half hour, you feel worse.
Yeah.
If you had just gotten up. So my lesson is like when I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'll stay up and then I'll just do a yoga nidra late morning to recover. Anytime after 4, I just usually just stay up.
Yeah.
Well, just a little bit about me real quick because I know we're probably going to be off here soon. My allergy testing is this month. My CT scan is this month. And actually, I haven't been blowing my nose on a regular, with that post-nasal drip that I've been having for like over a year now.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. But I still have the post-nasal drip. None of the meds that they gave me work. I did finally got to see my primary care doctor last week. She said continue to take it, but I told her no because it don't work. So why take something that don't work? So, and I finally get to see my neurologist next month for those crazy headaches that I've been having.
Good.
So that's my update. Basically.
How's your website going?
My website, well, I got one big order on it and that's it. But my market on the weekends is doing really, really well.
So in person's doing better? Do you
Yes.
have your website on your card to hand out?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Yep, I got new cards.
There you go.
I did. I'm so excited. Yeah, I got new cards and
Your energy is so much better than it was a year ago.
yes.
It's astounding. Like,
This is actually my year.
yeah,
I've been
it's remarkable.
I have been doing very, very well at the market so far. I've had the 2 custom orders. I'm still working on one of them. And when I'm done with this one custom order, I may have more after this one custom order, which is taking me forever. I just have one more piece to it to do, and then I'll be done with it. So, but I'm excited because this custom order has really, really, truly challenged me big time. Really challenged me.
I'm sorry.
And
What is it that you make?
I make jewelry.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yes, I have a website that I
okay.
make. I
You make.
make jewelry. I'm an author. Also, I do lots of interviews. I got an interview coming up on the 22nd that I discuss and talk about sarcoid. I've had 3 of them already this year. This would be my 4th one. So I stay busy.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Kim, Alexa just put the website up on the chat session.
There you go.
And her book.
So
Does Alexa get a commission on her sales?
I'm a very proud manager. You know, I do what I have to do.
Okay.
Takes a village.
Well, that's a lovely website. So and now I'm oh Cankles. That's so funny. Um, eh, eh, eh,
I still yet have to update it because last week I have been making so I don't have wooden jewelry up there, and
mhm.
last week I have made tons of wooden bracelets and wooden earrings, and those have yet got to go up. They were going to go up this
These are
week, but I
wooden
just
beads.
haven't had time.
These are
Huh?
wooden beads and all that.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
So did
Yeah.
you design? Oh, that tiger's eye anklet is great. So did you design your website?
Yes.
Do you mind if I ask what platform you use?
Canva.
Okay. Oh, somebody else recommended Canva. It's great.
So
Thank you.
she made this for me. This is tiger's eye and something else
Okay.
for my
Um, that
newly
is
ascended protection.
that's tiger's eye and obsidian.
Obsidian, yes.
Hmm.
I loved your wrapped pieces as well. Beautiful, all of it.
Thank you. Now my anklets, those are all plus size for people with thick ankles, but I also do custom anklets for people with smaller ankles.
Okay.
But my niche is for the people with thicker ankles because I have thick ankles
We
because
suffer.
you can't find those in the store.
No,
So
you
that's
cannot.
my niche. So yeah, I'm getting ready to update that website too because my brother ordered me feet, and so I've been taking. He ordered me some feet so I can showcase my anklets.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I'm a little confused too, Kim. So thank you for clarifying that.
Don't worry, he just ordered it at the cadaver shop that people go to
Oh,
get medical supplies. So just stop asking questions, everyone.
Yeah, so he ordered me some feet, so I'm going to read.
My brother Jeffrey Dahmer ordered these.
That was good, Kim. That was excellent.
oh, point Kim. Yes, well done. Well played.
So you all will see my website will be looking a little different here real soon.
Okay.
That's because they'll be taken down an investigation in
Yes,
someone's murder.
it will be truly unique.
Stop. I can't take it.
Oh my gosh. Hmm.
Well,
Yeah, my brother, what he did is he called me up one day. He wanted to help me out, so he bought me some display items to take pictures and to put up on my website. Is what he did.
That's so
mhm.
nice. Yay.
Yes, and he bought me the same time he bought me some things to put on my at my booth.
Okay.
So I got things for my booth and things for my website.
Nice.
Fantastic. Yay. So I'm glad
Keep
I
up the good work.
love it. So yeah. Fantastic.
Whew.
Oh my.
All right. Anyone have anything else they want to add?
Y'all made me hot talking like that was terrible.
And that's why you, if you're watching this recording, belong in our group to help balance us out. We need a few normal people.
Yeah.
So
No, bring us your worst. I'm not sure you can go through a few years of Sark and come out the other side normal.
no, you cannot go through any illness, anything like that.
Yes. Whatever normality I had, I shed.
Regina, I'm looking forward to connecting tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Oh, thank you. I need
I
to
get to
write my
turn the
story.
baton over. I'm on the other side of the
We'll
month.
roll out the red carpet. We'll clap. Like, Regina, this is what we'll do tomorrow. When he comes in, we'll clap, and everyone's going to go, why? And then we get to shame Kevin again. It's right. It's a great idea.
All
I'm just
right.
happy Kevin's gonna show up.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, Kevin's been catching strays all night.
Kevin's going through it, you know. He's
Yep.
gonna need some healing from his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. That's
Yes,
definitely
but
on the
try to
list.
have a body of water nearby so you can go and put your feet in.
I live on the water, so I'm good. I'm covered.
All right.
Praise be to Jesus. It's been a blessing.
Uh-oh.
God.
So when is our next meeting?
Second Wednesday of every month.
Day of July.
It would be July
The 9th.
the 9th, yes.
Mhm.
Oh, great. I'll be
Same
back.
time, same place. Everyone come see us, and
Same bat time, same bat place.
Thanks so much,
All right.
everybody. Take
night,
care.
Night, everyone.
everybody.
All right.